Hey man, DJ Strick here. Thank you so very much for being a part of the Stream Hub tonight. It is Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you have me. And I'm hoping that I have you as well. Thank you if you're watching this in a replay as well. Guess what? We have some major things to talk about tonight. If you are using OneStream Live for, I think, one of its best features that's just been released, the mobile app, and you're a vlogger, I'm going to say that right, and you are a vlogger, guess what? I'm going to give you some tips to be able to do this at your very best. So tonight, I need you to lock in. I need you to get ready to take notes, and I definitely want to know that you have watched this. So if you can, just connect with me in the comments. All I need you to do is to say, hey, this is who I am. Thank you for the information. I'm watching from this area. Like if you tell me where you're watching from, because I know I have people all over the world that are watching this, and I would love to know that that person is you. That being said, if you're watching this and you also are a marketing mind, someone that likes to monetize the work that they do, I want to help you with that. OneStream Live has an affiliate marketing program to where if you share your affiliate link with friends and families and associates that you know, and they buy this great software, OneStream Live, guess what? You could get paid up to 25% commission on that sale. I want to make this bigger so you can see exactly what's going on here. Boom, there it is. 25% recurring commission on that sale. Recurring. If they get a month to month, guess what? You're going to get paid that way as well. So I definitely want you to be aware of that. And hey, you've been watching this for a while and you're ready to really dive in to be a part of our partnership program. I would love for you to send your information, like your social media page, to OneStream is content at onestream.live. Send your information to content at onestream.live, your social media platform that maybe that you're the one that you have the most views on, the most followers, the most likes, all of that, and show them some of the streams that you've done. And again, maybe you can be a part of the streaming partnership program like me. That being said, I have to say hello to Miss Erica, who's hanging out with us, Talk Virtual. Erica, hopefully you can hang out with us next Monday with the panel. I hope to see you there. Tonight, I do have a lot of great information for you that I think will help anybody really that is trying to use our mobile app to do vlogging. Like, who would want to be a blogger? I think vlogging is really, really cool. And I have a couple of props in here today. I'm going to show you some of the things that I think that is really, really cool that's out there that could make a difference in your setup. And I didn't set this all the way up, but so let me do that. Hey guys, so I do want to say this again. I mentioned Erica, but we do have a list of panelists that are with us on the fourth Monday of every month. Erica says, guess what? She will be there. And I'm so appreciative of her willingness to share a little bit of her time with us. But there's a bunch of it's other content creators that come and hang out with us, and you could be a part of that as well if you would like to. Inside of the community, I'm always inside of the OneStream Live community. I will make a post, and if you just reply to that post inside the community saying that you would like to be a part of the Streamers Hub panel, guess what? We would love to have you. Okay, I would love to have you. That being said, and I got my camera on so I can do my presentation the way I would like. Let's dive on into this, okay? Erica, I think this is going to be cool tonight. So took a little time, did a little research, said, hey, what are the best things that I think vloggers need to know and how they can use the OneStream mobile app? More importantly, I've already done a video how to connect the mobile app so that you can go live to all the social media destinations that you would like to. Okay, so that's already done. You can see that in the playlist. That being said, once you have downloaded the app, OneStream Live app, is on your phone. You've chosen which destinations you want to go to, Facebook, YouTube, wherever else that you want to go. You click go live, and now you're able to use your cell phone. Okay, whether you have 5G or whatever, the connection, as long as the connection is good, now you are using OneStream Live to go live to multiple destinations while you are on the go. I just think that is a huge feature, a huge benefit for OneStream Live. I'm just listen, when I say this, it is hard enough for companies to give you access at home when you have viable internet service. So now they have it and just use your cell phone to do it, and you can basically be anywhere. I just think it's the coolest thing. So let's go over what I would like to talk about tonight. And so we could really, really get down into this. I want to be at the right place. I think that's cool. Oh, that's even better. I didn't even know about this one. They are constantly, when I say they, OneStream Live is constantly innovating, okay, with this system. I appreciate all the programmers, the owners, and all of the people that are behind the scenes making OneStream Live go because they're continuing to innovate, and it is so encouraging to me. And my TV just went out. Like, what's going on, guys? Let's turn this back on. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm small back here, so you really can't see much of it anyway. So let's just keep going. Mobile live broadcasting tips for bloggers. This is perfect for bloggers looking to enhance their content and reach a wider audience. That's tonight. This is what we're talking about tonight. And I'm going to help you guys through this process, okay? So the next thing I want you to know is what's important. First of all, what is the first thing you need to be thinking about? Now, I have the setting here with trees and lights only because when you vlog, you can be in multiple places, okay? You really can be in more than one spot. I completely understand that, but I want you to be sure that even though you are mobile with your phone, you need to be thinking about the lighting that you have, okay? You want to be thinking about the lighting at 12 o'clock in most places, p.m. The light is at the top of the sky. All right. So normally it's going to be shooting down, which means if you have a light on you that's shooting down, let me do this. Do it this way. If you have a light on you that's shooting down, right? You're gonna have bags under your eyes. All right. Not really the best look. Okay. So as that light begins to go down, which I'm thinking is going down up in the east, down in the west. All right. You have an opportunity from that light source to go from the top of your head all the way down. Okay. So then it gives you better lighting on your face as it starts to go across the sky. There is a thing called the golden hour. Okay. The golden hour. The golden hour is right at dusk. All right, to where there is a orange hue. If the sun is out, it's kind of like an orange hue that is lighting the area that you're in, which means it gives you a better, it's not as a bright light, but it gives you a better contrast of light in more than one spot. It's not just hitting you in the face. It actually kind of at that time it's kind of like having the diffuser on the sun. That's the best way I could say it, Erica. That's the best way I could really talk about it. It's like having a diffuser on, and you're able to get a great contrast of your face and skin without having beams of light hitting you, or if you're in a place where it's kind of shaded, it's bright behind you and you're dark because you're in the shade. That makes sense? I hope it does. That being said, you want to be sure that you always are in the right place so that you could get the right lighting for yourself. If it's not dusk, you want to go time wise, you really, really are ready to go, and you want to do your very best you want to do your very best when it comes to getting a light or the timing is just not right. You just got to go live, then do your best to get in shade or have the best contrast of lighting that you can hitting your face. All right. Just be mindful that if it's 12 o'clock, you might have bags under your eyes. All right. Just want you to be thinking about that. Now, that being said, I want to do this. I want to turn my camera off just for 1 second, guys. As I talk through this, I'm actually in the background setting up my TV again. For whatever reason, it just completely went out. Who wants that to happen while you're alive? I love the fact that I have these the ability to do a lot with this video background, but every now and again, because you have more technology, there is an opportunity for the technology to go awry. Just be thoughtful of that. You know, some people just have a static background. Guess what? Just use a static background. Okay. And if you want a TV to kind of be your LED wall like me, just understand that sometimes with technology, it does what it wants to do. And I'm okay with that. Because when it works right, oh, it looks so good. And when it doesn't work right, you have to stop your live stream so that you can actually set it up the right way. Like, who wants to do that? Nobody's got time for that. There are people that actually use, friends of mine that use a banner that they would throw up. And actually, we have it in OneStream Live. So if you don't know, there is a banner you could throw up, and I'm going to throw it up right here once I get this done so everybody can see it. There's a banner that you have in media that says, be back soon. And I want to see if I can bring it up. This is something that you get automatically with the system. Like, this is not something I put in, but it's something that was already there. Let me see if so I easily could have used that to buy myself some time, and you wouldn't have sit here and just kind of listen to me jabber on and off while I was getting that together. But hey, you know, it works. It works, right? That's exactly what um, Erica said. You know, sometimes tech happens, and it does. It's just a part of it. And of course, yes, the fact that the sun at the golden hour it uses the atmosphere as a diffuser. And I just made that up. I didn't hear it from anybody else, Erica. So you can use it. You're free to use it. And you don't have to quote me as a source. Let me keep going here, guys. So you want to think about your lighting. And this is no different than if you were in a studio, right? You also want to think about this is different because you're not in the studio that you want to be thinking about. You want to think about you want to be thinking about stability if you're using the mobile app. That being said, I do have something here in the studio that I want to show you guys as a couple of options that you could use. Now, we're talking about mobile um, app. So you're using your phone, an iPad, or something like that. And at the end of this, if you guys will stick around, there is a new technology with the iPad that you can use that potentially will allow you to do a little more with the iPad and multiple cameras. But I'm going to look it up before I talk about it before we leave tonight. And who knows what you could do with the mobile app and multiple cameras in OneStream Live thing. But here we go. I digress. Boom. So this is the setup. Now I like this because it does give me this arm here, which, you know, if you're out and about, let me unlock it. This one does, I always fight with this thing because it does stretch out, but you have to lock it and then go to the next one. And it always fights with me. All right, there we go. Boom. Stop all of that fighting with me. We're trying to show people something. All right. So, you know, you easily could do the whole little thing to where you're holding it out and you're showing yourself. I'm not in camera. You're holding it out and you're showing yourself with a little selfie stick here, right? Which I think is cool. Now, using this, you definitely want to be mindful of the jitter. Now, most of the phones, iPhones, and I would say the Androids, I'm not sure. You want to check the Android and their cameras. Most phones right now does have a little bit of stability that's built into the camera to where it takes away some of the jittering that you would get while you're walking and talking. Like it's a whole lot better than it used to be. But you do want to be mindful that using this, you will have that jitter. It is going to be there. Even if with this one, you can, let me see, when I bring it all the way out, I do have legs that I can then put on a table and it would stand on its own. So you can just kind of like put it here, put it on a table or something and talk and still be mobile and set up, you know, the mobile app and go live and just have a tripod using your phone. Okay. So this is one thing that you can do here. I like a system like this. So we're talking about stability when you are using a, when you're vlogging. No one wants to see you do this the whole time. They're gonna get sick. Okay, Erica, you don't want your people watching you vlog in the park and they get sick because you're shaking the whole time. So this is another one. It has this really cool case that it comes in, which I really like. But this is just an opportunity to have your own gimbal. All right. Gimbals are all over the board as far as from a mobile app perspective, what they cost. I think this one costs about $120. And I am not recommending this because I don't know all the details about it. So it's just one of the ones that are out there. And I'm saying that because I don't want you to say, oh, Strick was using this, so let me go get that. It's not that. It is the idea that sometimes you would need a gimbal to use like this to keep with the stability of it, okay? And any gimbal would work. There's my phone here. And I think this one is, I hadn't used it in a while, so the battery is dead, but there you go. That's what it looks like, okay? And it also has a ability to have a tripod here or on the bottom. So I can add a stand to this. Usually people would use something like a, what do you call it? They would use a, I use like a light stand. So you don't automatically need a tripod with this. You know, some of those little cheap light stands will do just fine because this is really, is not as heavy as you would think. Not as heavy as a DSLR, so it's easy to use. You're vlogging, you want tips, being stable is a big tip. Okay, your stability. So we talked about your light. We're talking about your stability of your setup. And the next thing I want to talk about, let me switch so you can actually see. There we go. So you can see what I'm talking about here. The next thing you want to think about is your audio, which is really, really cool. So with your audio, there's several things that you could do. I think that some of the audio, depending on how close your phone is to you, depending on how close your phone is to you, you're gonna get great audio from your phone's mic. And most of these phones, I have a iPhone 15, most of the phone have multiple, most of the phones with an S on the end have multiple microphones all over it. Okay, so there's microphone in the front, there's a microphone in the back, there's a microphone at the bottom. There are microphones all over this thing. So if you're using the right camera, it's gonna pick the microphone that is facing the camera. So if I'm using a selfie camera, because you can see the other cameras over here, if I'm using a selfie camera, it's going to use the microphone that's pointing this direction. So as I talk, you can hear me. Or if I use this camera, it's going to use the microphone on the other side. So you want to be thoughtful that if you are shooting something, you're talking, it's going to be slightly muffled because the microphone is on the other side of the camera. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Like, that's actually how it works. All right. That is actually how it works. All right. So you you want to be sure shaking your camera is for the making of your own Blair Witch project. Yeah. Nobody wants. I mean, Blair Witch had its place, but you want to be mindful that you don't shake it and scare people. Like you really want to shake it and be intentional if there is a shake. But you also want to think about your audio. All right. So audio from the phone is the first thing that you could do. The next thing is having a connector with a lavalier mic. So these are your lavaliers, All right, just a lavalier mic that you can attach to yourself. And there's several kinds that are out there right now. Some that actually looks like a little pen. There's some that look like USB clips, and you can just clip it on. It looks like a USB, and you can just have it here. This is just a normal lavalier mic that you can have that you can clip to yourself. People, for whatever reason, don't like the look of mics. I don't know why they don't like. I mean, everybody needs a great microphone, and this is just what we do. But that's that. And then you also have things like the Rode Wireless Go and the Go 2s. I think this is a Go 2. So you can actually connect one of these to your phone and actually have the receiver connected to your phone, attached to the back of the phone, kind of hanging out or attached here. Actually, there's a what do you call a code shoe here? All right, so I can attach it there, then have the line run into my phone, and now I have a microphone connected to the camera as a receiver, and this is the transmitter that's connected to me. And that's your audio for your vlogging. All right, really, really simple. Really simple setup. And from here, if you say, well, I really don't like the way this box looks on my t-shirt, then you can connect. That's when you can connect the lavalier to this. All right, so only thing you see is this mic. All right, and you're vlogging with great audio that's going right into your phone. All right, I like the audio. I'll put it to you like this. I have personally had an interview with somebody and held the phone like this. So I'm interviewing them. I was actually using a selfie camera at the time, so it's not the best video quality that I have, but it just worked. And I wanted to get the interview. I wanted to be the best interview that I could possibly have. And I just did this. And I actually did play it on one of my streams where I'm just going back and forth with me and that person doing this. And it worked. I have a pretty decent steady hand. I learned how to do it. I also know how, if I am doing an interview, I am constantly moving the camera just to keep the audience engaged. All right. I'm constantly moving the camera so it's not in one place, not just static. I don't know why that works, but it keeps people moving. Not enough, like not a shaking, but a moving, because I'm using my hand. So my hand is like the best dolly you could have, right? It's the best. If you know what you're doing, it's the best dolly you can have. Just constantly moving, keeping that person in the frame, but just moving it up, not to, make someone sick from the movement like you're on a boat, but just enough to keep people attention. All right. I believe that the algorithm sees whether something is vlogging or whether they have a still shot and a static shot as well. I just believe that it does know the difference, and sometimes it does make the difference. So that's the audio. You want to be thoughtful of your audio, making sure you do your very best to focus on that, because no matter what the video looks like, if the audio is bad, people are not watching your video. It's crazy to say, but it's true. It's been proven. Most videos that does not have the best audio is not watched. There's tons of videos, and you guys heard me say this before, tons of videos out there that have poor video quality, but because the content could be heard, it is definitely something that's going viral because of the audio and not the video. Just something really simple for you so you guys can get that. The next thing I want you to be thinking about is what camera you are using. There's some cameras that are better than others. We understand on the iPhone that the camera on the outside is better than the selfie camera. It's just a better camera. So if you're able to position your camera to look for you, or if you have what do you call it, a iWatch or Apple Watch. I'm sure it's not called the iWatch. But if you have an Apple Watch, you can actually set your camera up using the external camera, the camera on the back of the phone, and then position yourself using your iPhone to know where you are with that phone. I don't know if you have thought about that. Anybody's ever told you that, but that does work. You want to be sure that you're using the best phone quality that you can. And, with the OneStream Live's mobile app, of course, you can still do the same thing with an iPad as well. So there are tons of ways for you to get to using great cameras on the phone. And I think the camera phone has gone from a technology standpoint. I have some footage that you would not be able to tell. I'm just being honest with you. Not that you won't be able to tell, but the ease of capturing the video on my phone, even versus a action camera. Because guess what? No matter where I am, I will always have my phone. I may forget to charge a action cam. I may forget to charge another camera, but my phone will have a charge because I have to communicate. So again, you want to be thoughtful of all of that so that you're keeping people engaged. The next thing I want to talk about is you just downright being creative. Think about this. You're vlogging and you are live streaming that vlog. You want to get people's attention. So as much as you can get people's attention, you want to do that. And Pastor Dre is hanging out with us today, and I definitely appreciate you coming through. Yes, I didn't know about the iWatch. Yes, I think that depending on which one you have, you're able to connect it to your iPhone, and you can see what that phone is connected to. So you can see the camera on your watch. Yes. So now, as you're being creative with these vlogs, your mindset is how am I sure that I keep people engaged? Okay. How am I sure that I keep people engaged? Because that engagement is where you're going to have people watching over and over again. Okay. And one of the things that I believe that makes the difference is you being you. So many people make the mistake of not being authentic when they are live. And this goes whether you're vlogging or whatever else that you're doing. If you're not being honest and truthful to the people about who you are, you really can miss a great opportunity to connect with your audience. Okay. And you definitely want to be authentic because people will be able to see right through you. You don't want to be seen right through. Okay. You don't. You want to be as authentic as you can possibly be so that people, when they see you, they see the real you and not somebody that you're acting to be. All right. So you want to throw in some Q and A's. I know I have these panels a little off, so please keep notes because it's not as succinct as I would want it to be because I will have this a little later on. But you want to be sure that you have question and answer time inside of your live stream. Why? Even though you're vlogging and you're live streaming, you want to engage your audience. And one of the things that you could do to engage your audience is to ask them questions. Okay. I think it was last week, Pastor Dre, where we were talking. I was asking you guys questions about what you would use or how you would use it. And that allowed us to have conversation back and forth. You want to do that with your live streams, even if you are blogging. And the best way to do it is, hey, if you got any questions, put a Q colon in the comments, ask your question, and I will get to it. And we only do Q colons only because it's a cool little way to make sure you can see the Q colon before the question, and it's just not a normal comment. It'll help your eyes see that particular comment. Okay. So those are things that I want you to be aware of. Engagement, even with a vlogging live stream video. I said these things were a little out of sync, but I love the fact that I still have this finding your niche because if you are blogging, all right, you're you're moving around, you're out, you're not in the studio, you're talking to people, you have the ability OneStream Live to go to multiple destinations. What are you going to talk about? You want to be sure that you have a great niche or niche to be able to communicate to. All right. How do you know what that is? What do you love? I say this all the time. I love talking about how to establish a niche. What do you love to do? Are you also skilled at that thing that you love to do? And is that thing helping someone else or answering someone else's question? And the way all three of those circles intersect is the niche or niche that you need to be in. Okay. You love to do it. you're very good at it, and it answers a question or helps someone else, that's your niche. Okay. I can't say that enough. People miss this part all the time, and they get so far into being a content creator and turn around and say, I don't really like doing this anymore because they didn't do something that they love. They wasn't being authentic to themselves. And I want you to be able to do that. You want to promote ahead of time, even though you're video blogging. If you want to have an audience, you got to tell them, hey, I'm on. Let your audience know when you will be going live. You want to let them know. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them. All right. It's important. And you also want to plan. All right. While being spontaneous is great, having a rough outline or a plan for your live stream can help you stay on track and ensure you cover all of your points. Plan it out, guys. Be thoughtful. Some of the best communicators in the world to me are comedians. I think comedians, because of the different ways they communicate, not just one comedian, but the different styles of comics, standing in front of a crowd and being able to communicate for 30 minutes to an hour, just them talking to me is just like being a pastor, like being able to communicate in such a way that the crowd is so into you that they'll allow you to speak into their lives for 30 minutes to an hour, right? So they always plan. A pastor's going to write out his sermon or have an idea of what his sermon is. He's just not going to go cold turkey. He's not going to just go without notes or some type of information what he's going to talk about, because that's not being prepared. He's not being a good steward of his time and the people's time if he's not prepared. Same thing with a comedian. Do you guys not know that some of the best comedians, that the biggest ones in the industry, actually have writing teams of people that write with them? They don't even do it by themselves anymore. They may come up with some jokes, but they have a writing team that'll help them develop jokes to be able to present it to you guys. Now, if the biggest people that actually communicate at the highest level, are planning, writing things out, and practicing, don't you think you need to as well? I am telling you, there is absolutely nothing wrong with thinking, hey, I want to talk about this. These are the points I want to make. Let me practice before I go out. All right. Some of the biggest parts of communicating well is how you transition from one thought to the next. Guys, I've given you, like, this is kind of like not part of my notes, but I just feel like it needs to be said. The transition between one point to the next actually makes what you do engaging. All right. It brings continuity to what you're doing, and it allows people to do what we call lean in. And as you're transitioning and people are leaning in, you are now being a professional. You are now what we call engaging an audience, and people want to know what you have to say. Yes, for sure. Do not wing it. Not wing it. I was on the radio for, oh man, 13 years just doing radio here, and I loved it. But there always was a plan. Now, after years of doing radio, because the experience that I had to plan as much, I didn't have to plan as much, but I still needed a plan. Okay. Thank you, Pastor Dre. I do appreciate that. This is just to help allow you to be mindful of what we are trying to do when we're going live and when you're vlogging. Okay. Definitely want to make a point of all of it being right. Okay, as best as you can. Now, you're not going to be perfect. You don't even want to be perfect. All right. Being great is learning how to be able to recover from mistakes. I'm sitting here tonight. I don't have no idea why my um, background would go out, but guess what? I had to handle that during this show. And the way you handle that, how you can be professional and handling situations that happen that you're not aware of while you're live broadcasting, makes the difference. Okay, it makes the difference. So let me keep going. So as you do the plan, next thing you want to be thoughtful of I was trying to figure out where I went. There we go. After you do the plan, you want to be thoughtful of making sure that you use the opportunity to be outside of your home studio and find some unique places to be. All right, if you're, we've done, my wife and I have done some traveling, and I didn't go live from those places. I guess I could have. She walked me so bad. So we went to Italy, and I'm telling you, she walked me, walked me, walked me. I did see the Leaning Tower. We did go to Rome and see the Colosseum and saw some of the things that you see here on the screen. It was really, really cool. But we walked and walked and walked. I guess if I had a better attitude and felt better, I probably could have did a live vlog. I did do a recorded vlog while I was in front of the Leaning Tower. I just thought the Leaning Tower was really, really cool because as a kid, I was introduced to the Leaning Tower of Pisa through Superman movie where he goes and straighten it up. I don't know if you guys ever remember that, but in that movie, he straightens up the Leaning Tower. The funny thing about the Leaning Tower is they have tried over the years to straighten it out, but where Italy is, of course, it's kind of like a peninsula, and there's a lot of water underneath, and it just could not handle the tower, and it started to lean. So they actually last ditch effort to kind of straighten it up, added some concrete. It never straightened up, but it is now not leaning, not continuing to lean over. And I'm sharing with the guide, our tour guide told me, but there you go. It's still standing there, just not falling over. But you know, they have some other structures there, just not as tall as how they made the Leaning Tower. Now, I said all of that. What if I was in front of the Leaning Tower while I was saying those things? Wouldn't that be really engaging to you? If I was there vlogging with my camera, my phone, and boom, I'm talking about it, and you're able to see it. That would be really, really cool. Um, well, let me ask you this question. I don't know. Let's see if it's even possible now. I may be able to. I don't think that I am, but let me try. Who knows? I think it'd be really cool if I showed you all that one little vlog. Erica, Pastor, if you guys are there, just let me know if you want. Hey, this Strick, we would love to see it, and I'll just throw it up because I just think that it's really, really cool that I was able to actually do that, and it wouldn't be hard. I don't think it'll be hard if I can get to my camera settings to actually show you that little vlog. Why? Because I haven't showed anybody. I don't think I posted it on social media or anything. And I would love to share it. I have so many pictures and things because my wife and I have been doing a fair amount of traveling, but this is only a minute long. Let's see if I can get it here. I need to turn on my Wi-Fi. Hopefully, you won't mess up the screen. Let's go here. And let me go back. I'm gonna go full screen. So let's remove this. Okay, thank you guys. I'm only doing it because they say, hey, yeah, we would love to see it. So there you go. There you go. I got some people that would love to see it, and I'm going to post it up just because they would like to see it. It's taking a second to get to me, but as soon as it does, and you know what? If it's taking any longer, I'll do done here, pull it up here, and just play it from my phone. Why not just do it that way? You guys get a chance to see my crazy. Okay, I'm receiving it now. So boom, here we go. All right, let's try it this way. over the years tried their best to fix the issue, which is, of course, it leaning. They put concrete underneath so it doesn't continue to lean, like it's not falling over, but they couldn't straighten it up. It's really, really cool to see, made out of marble. And man, I think it's really, really cool. And I'm actually standing right in front of a cathedral that's right across from it. You can't see all of it right here because I'm so close, but this is really, really cool, man. Just a part of the travels. So Jaden and Kim are actually on the inside going up the steps. I walked a lot today. No steps. I do not have to get to the top. So I'm actually standing out front of the link. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys see that was me doing my little vlogging thing. So there you go. um I I love doing it like that. So if you got a chance to see you, and yeah, it did start off with a little bad audio, but I think that we were able to work that out. Now I want to get back to the right microphone, which is this one. And now you can probably hear me even better now. So then I'm back. There's ways to do a lot of things inside of the studio. You just got to remember when you change something, change it back and all this other kind of stuff. I was using some other technology here, but there you go. Easy peasy. Now let's get back to, I got to get back to the presentation because it is an important part, guys. It is an important part. Don't waste time. I think this is cool too. Don't waste time when you are doing your vlogs. And wasting time could be different depending on what you are doing. All right. Sometimes it may feel like you're wasting time, and other times you just want to be mindful of if you're trying to correct the issue or you're trying to connect with people. Just be very thoughtful of the time that you have. How much time is always the question. How much time should it take to do a video vlog? And the answer to that question is as much time that it needs to and no more. So shouts out to Sean Cannell for that. That wisdom of making sure that you don't hold yourself to a particular time just in case you don't get all of the information out, but that you don't also say it's got to be this long and you're wasting your time and other people's time with fluff. You don't want to do that. You want to be sure that it's as long as it needs to be and no more. Okay. Write that down and be sure that you stay on top of that. All right, what's next? So actually, I think that's it. This may be the last of it. I think I had one file in here from a different presentation. So not wasting time was my last one. So I want to be sure that you guys were aware of that as a tip. Now, I'm here. If you got any questions about blogging, you definitely want to be able to use OneStream Live to go to multiple destinations live. Now, what you saw me vlogging in Italy was a shot of me recording it, but you're able to go live with OneStream Live just with your cell phone and the cell phone that you have wherever you are as far as the signal strength, right? You can just go live, go to the app, put in where you want to go live to, and hit go live, and you have multiple destinations that, again, you want to be thoughtful of the lighting that you have for yourself. That was a good time of day. It wasn't golden hour for my video, but as you can tell, the sun was kind of hitting my face, and it actually had a good watch. I had a really, really good watch. So I was thoughtful about where I was, even though I did a circle where I turned around so you can see the pizza, and then I turned around again so you can see the cathedral that was behind me. but it still have great lighting even as I turned and did a 360. So you want to be mindful of the lighting, be mindful of the stability that you would have, be mindful of doing question and answers with your people, being mindful that you want to engage your audience as best you can. You don't want to waste their time. And you want to be sure that while you're doing this, that you have a great plan. Okay? Because if you don't plan, you plan to fail. I just threw that in for tonight. Hey guys, it's been a joy hanging out with you. Thank you, Pastor Dre, for chiming in. Thank you, Erica. Erica, I see you next week. And anybody that want to be a part of that panel discussion that we will have on the fourth Monday on the stream itself, I would love for you to connect with me so that you could do more inside of OneStream Live, because you just never know. When we get together, everybody's always learning something. What's on the inside of the Leaning Tower of Pisa? It is stairs. There is a level that I do think that they have, not offices, but they do have space on one of those levels. There is space, but for the most part, stairs that are getting up to the top. And you're able to go out of the top. I think that's what it was. Now, I didn't walk the stairs, Erica. I didn't go inside because I didn't want to get stuck inside and have to walk the stairs, because we did a lot of walking while we were in Italy. I wanted to take a break. So while my youngest son and my wife was going up there, I actually sat and waited and decided, hey, while I'm sitting here, why not just do a quick video? So that's where the video came from. While they were doing something, I was actually learning. So stairs up to the top, and there is I think they say that the third floor from the top, actually there is space for them to meet, or it's just space up there for you to do stuff. All right. Pastor, man, no problem. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we're going to continue to give this good information. And yes, we're asking everybody to come and join us and be a part of that panel. Next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Streamers Hub with me, DJ Strick, and the whole list of panelists. Erica's going to be hanging out with me, and I always feel better when she does. So again, guys, I'll see you next Monday night.